we started off solely focused on single family real estate, and that was it, right? Because we had relationships with all the big institutions and hedge funds. And when we were printing money, right, when interest rates were at a record low and, you know, money was just very abundant, right? Economy was booming. Dude, we're literally day trading houses, selling them at like 100% ARV, 110 in some cases, right? In these big markets.
Right.
And then the Fed starts hiking interest rates, right? And it literally just flipped the market, flipped the economy on its back. And it challenged us, right? I mean, you look around the streets, dude, everyone's feeling it. Everyone's feeling the ramifications of the market, right? The news says we're not in a recession, but we're clearly in a recession, bro. We're more than a quarter of the year of negative GDP, right? But anyways, what it forced us to do was evolve, right? And I want to really kind of focus our intention on that, the word of evolution today, right? It's kind of just a word that came up literally just now, because as we venture into a new year, new season, new opportunities, it's important to go in there with a battle-tested mindset, right? And this is a perfect example, seeing where we've come over the past 6 months. Dude, we've had to flip our script and flip our focus from what was hitting, right? Now we're still wholesaling some houses, but deal volume, right? We're going from 20, 30 deals a month to 3 or 4 or 5, right? Like our volume ain't great. Full transparency on the wholesale side, right? For single family. However, it challenged us to really dig in our heels. And I was just listening, dude. Like I'm a spiritual person. I believe God, right? And just like, where are you leading us, right? And what are you saying, right? And I'm just really leaning in, listening to that still small voice. And it just kept on resonating, like, think bigger, think bigger. And then Jason, you guys all know Jason Bobo. He's our head acquisitions manager. Dude is a beast. He's a beast, right? And he had a word. He said, dude, I keep on hearing it. It's been a couple weeks now. And he's like, we need to cast our nets to the other side. And I'm like, well, what does that mean, bro? You know, like, what does that mean? And we're still figuring out what it means, right? But what it challenged us to do was really lean in, right? Well, it just so happened that one of the big institutions that we're trading single family houses has a big like the parent company is one of the biggest capital groups and organizations in the world, right? But they buy multifamily assets, right? So we're able to tap into that. And that was like the first relationship and connection that we established in the multifamily space. And over the past 6 months, it's just been digging in, building, cultivating relationships. Now, we haven't closed a ton of deals. We've only got one done so far, right? But we have a lot of high-level relationships. And we're learning, growing, and evolving, because our ultimate goal is to be able to put some of these assets under management, right? So like you're seeing us just sprouting out of the ground floor with the multifamily deals, which is, it's a new ballpark for us. But what better way to open up that curtain, right, than to document the process? You know, I'll be the first one to tell you.
That though, bro. It's funny you said that, man. Now let me just throw my stuff to the wind. I recently got a spot to go on Roku TV, January 7th. So I'll be on Roku TV. Got my own national spot 4 days or four times a month. And then to tell you, I'm starting to get these bigger deals. They don't always fit. I'm not gonna feel like everything's fit.
Yeah.
But like I ain't gotta go look for them no more. Now they looking for me, and that's a blessing, you know. But I think what he just said, when God telling you to move, you gotta move with him. You gotta move with him. So I didn't even know I was gonna get the spot. I contacted the brother, and he said, well, I've been watching your content. I see what you're doing. You need to get your information out to a bigger audience. So Ben, I'm with you on everything, man. I'm moving with God myself, and I gotta send you Tampa. The South Carolina deal is still open on the Boca Home Park down there. Price drop too, so I'll send everything to you after the meeting. Vernice, let's get the stuff sold in Mobile, Alabama too. Let's get that shit moved. I got you.
Let's get it. So I love that, bro. Like, look at that. You don't know exactly where you're moving or where you're shaking, but you're putting one step in front of the other, right? Trusting there's something big on the horizon, right? I'm not going to be paralyzed by fear. I'm not going to allow a restricting economy or anything else or outside forces or even that voice inside of my head that's telling me I can't do it, right? Because we all got that voice. We got right? We got the voice of reason, the voice that's rooting for us, that's, hey, step out in faith. You can do anything that you set your mind to, right? If you believe in your heart that it's true, it's already yours. And then you got this voice on the other side that's like, bro, you'll never amount to it, right? You can't play at that level. To think that you can go in there and trade and, you know, get in multifamily deals and own apartment buildings, bro, you don't come from that cloth, you know, bro, we gotta right now, we need to train our minds, right? To listen to that voice of faith, right? To listen to that higher frequency, because we got a mess of noise right now coming in, right? The media, what do you think the media and the news, what is the main agenda? It's to keep us in fear and paralyzed, right? So we remain a victim to the system. We're not going to go down a deep rabbit hole, but it's all about control, right? So if you control the narrative and you control what people think and what they view, well, it keeps them in a place of captivity, which is right where they want you, right?
I agree.
It's called brainwash. So we got to unbrainwash ourselves.
It's it, dude, straight up. We have to unbrainwash ourselves, right? So right now, as we're venturing into a new season with new opportunities, instead of getting caught up in the cluster and even trying to just dig down deep and look for the deal flow, there's times that we have to detach ourselves and take a step back from the situation, right? A time to reflect, to refresh and refine our mind, right? Because without a clean palette, you're not going to have a clear vision of where you're going, right? There's always going to be mixed messages and distortion and anything else. You got to be able to clear the chaos out of your head. And the only way that you do that is getting in a quiet place, right? Getting in a place where you can meditate, read, set and write down your goals. Where are you going? Where do you plan to go in the next 12 months?